For today's math lesson, we are completing the last lesson in Topic 6. Today's lesson is called Make Sense and Persevere. Our learning intention is I can persevere to solve problems about sets of data. We are going to jump right in with watching our animated video that helps us follow along the top of page 270 in our workbook.
You can make a plan to help you solve a problem. Sarah asks 15 people if they like football or baseball. One more person chose football than chose baseball. How many people chose each sport? What would the tally chart look like? What are you asked to find? Select your answer.
Do you remember what we were asked to find? The total number of people, or how many people chose each sport? How many chose each sport?
You need to find out how many people chose football and how many people chose baseball. What do you already know? You already know that Sarah asked 15 people and that one more person chose football than baseball. What's your plan for solving this problem? You can think about what you know. Think about what you need to find. What does it mean to have a plan for solving the problem? It means to think about how you will solve the problem and the steps you will use. What is a plan that you could use to solve this problem? Since you know Sarah asked 15 people, you can think of all the addition facts you know that add to 15. Since one more person chose football than chose baseball, you can check each fact to see if one addend is one more than the other addend. What are some addition facts that have a sum of 15? 7 plus 8 equals 15. 9 plus 6 equals 15. 10 plus 5 equals 15. What do you need to do to find out how many people chose football and how many people chose baseball? You can compare the addends in each addition fact until you find a fact in which one addend is one more than the other addend. Which fact has one addend that is one more than the other addend? Select your answer.
The addends are the numbers that are being used to add together to find our answer. If we're looking for which fact has one addend that is one more than the other, that would be 7 and 8.
Seven and 8 add to 15. This is the only pair of addends where one addend is one more than the other. So 8 people chose football and 7 people chose baseball. You can show this in the tally chart. Now you know how to make a plan to solve a problem.
Good job! For our guided practice, still on page 270, it wants us to use the tally chart to answer the question. Our question says, 3 more students take the survey. Now football and baseball have the same number of votes. How many votes does each have? Use pictures, words, or equations to explain. In our tally chart, it says favorite sport, and we have baseball and football. It tells us that 3 more students took the survey. So here we can see that 1, 2, 3 tally marks have been added overall. We want to know how many votes does each of these categories have. So let's count. We know this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can use pictures, words, or equations to explain. I am going to use words. I am going to say that both, talking about baseball and football, both have 9 votes. And if you would like to draw a picture or an equation to show your work, that's okay too. But if you would like to use the words, we can just say this, that both have 9 votes. Your independent practice begins on page 271, so just on that next page over. It says, use the chart and graph to solve the problems below. For numbers 2, 3, and 4, we are going to be using the tally chart here. It says, Lindsay asks 18 students if they like milk, water, or juice with lunch. 7 students like milk. 3 students like water, and the rest of the students like juice. Let's go back and look at the information we know. We know that Lindsay asks 18 students. 7 students like milk. 3 students like water. The rest like the juice. For number 2, it says how many students like juice. Complete Lindsay's tally chart to solve. Then write your answer here in the blank. So we underline the important information above. 18 students in all were asked. 7 students said they like milk, 3 said they like water, and the rest like juice. How could you figure out the number of students that like juice? You could take the votes that we know were not included for juice. Add together the total number of students who voted for milk and water. Seven students liked milk and 3 students liked water. So that would be 10 students. You could solve this by saying 10 plus what number equals our total of 18? Or you could solve by saying 18, which is our total number, minus the students who voted for milk or water, and get your answer. Either way that you solve, you will still get the same answer and write it in the blank. Don't forget to also write the tally marks for your answer you get here. After you find out how many students like juice and put that number in our tally chart, then answer, what is the favorite drink? Is the favorite drink milk, water, or juice? You have to have number 2 answered before you answer number 3. Number 4 says, the next day, Lindsay asks the same question again. 3 students changed their response from juice to water. What is the favorite drink now? So look at your finished tally chart on your workbook page. And now think, if 3 of those votes were sent over to water, what would be the favorite drink now? Would it be milk, water, or juice? You'll write your answer in the blank for number 4. So again, look at your finished tally chart on your workbook. And if 3 of these students change their vote from juice to water, which drink would be the favorite? Milk, water, or juice? Write your answer in the blank for number 4. And for number 5, it says vocabulary. Lindsay records her new survey results in the picture graph below. Complete the graph to show how many students like juice. Remember that with our tally chart, 3 students changed their votes from juice to water. So that is why we see 6 water bottles below, and milk cartons stayed the same. So when you are writing in the number of juice votes, make sure you are counting the correct amount. 3 of your juice votes went to water, so color in the remaining juice boxes here. For the last part of our activity today, we are working on page 272. We are going to be problem solving. To begin, it says, going to school. Ebony asks 14 classmates if they take the bus, walk, or ride in a car to go to school. 4 students ride in a car. The same number of the remaining students take the bus or walk to school. For number 6, it says make sense. How can you find out how many students take the bus or walk to school? We are going to complete number 6 together. Let's begin by looking back at our information. It tells us that 14 classmates were asked and that 4 of them ride in a car. The same number of students either take the bus or walk. So let's start by writing the total number of students. So on your paper on number 6, write 14. And we are going to subtract the number of students that we know ride in a car. So we know that 4 of those 14 students ride in a car. What is 14 minus 4? 14 minus 4. That is 10. So we know that 10 students either ride the bus or walk. But something important to remember is that it told us it is the same number of remaining students that take the bus or walk. So what is half of 10? If you had 10 pencils and you wanted to split it into 2 equal groups, how many would each have? Ten is made of 5 and 5. So if each have to have the same number, that means that 5 students ride the bus and 5 students walk. That shows our 10 split equally, and now they each have the same number. For number 7, it says complete the tally chart to show how Ebony's classmates voted. We completed our tally chart together by giving bus 5 votes and walking 5 votes. So now what we will do is write an equation to show how many walked and take the bus. So write the number of students that took the bus in the blank, add together the number of students who walked, and then write your total answer in the blank. So for number 7, count how many students rode the bus, write that number here, then count how many students walked, write that number here, then add the 2 numbers together. And for your last problem on number 8, it just wants you to explain how do you know where our answers were correct. You can do this by using pictures, words, or equations. So they want to know, how do we know that all of these tally marks are equal to 14? You can show your work down below. You can show your work by writing each number that is represented by the tally marks and show what the total is when you add them together. That is an example of showing your work using an equation. If you would like to write a sentence or draw a picture to show how you know you are correct, you can also do that. Once you have completed answering number 8, you are all done with your math assignment. This is our last lesson in Topic 6. Now we will begin reviewing for our test. If you have any questions about anything we have learned in Topic 6, please let me know and I'll be able to help you.